by itself continues, "For which of you intending to build a tower sits not down first and counts the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it." I can tell you exactly who would start a massive project without considering if they can afford it or how they can afford it or planning ahead. I won't name him, but I'll tell you this: if someone tells you that God is just going to take care of you and therefore you don't have to do any planning or take any counsel because, well, whatever problem comes your way, God will just solve it for you, is untrustworthy. Which of you would build a tower and not count the cost first? He's saying, of course you're going to count the cost first. Of course you're going to plan ahead. Now, I do understand Jesus said earlier, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Where your treasures, there your heart will be also. You cannot serve two masters, for either you will hate one and love the other." Talking about serving God or mammon, money, or worldly riches. "Take no thought for your life, what you shall eat or what you shall drink, nor yet for your body, what you shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Behold the fowls of the air, the Lord takes care of them. You're more important than fowls. If you then not be able to do that which is least, why take you thought for the rest? Consider the lilies of the field. They do not toil or spin. Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed as one of these. God takes care of the grass, which today is in the field and tomorrow is cast in the oven. How much more will he clothe you, O you of little faith? Seek not what you shall eat or what you shall drink, for your Father knows you have need of these things. Seek first the kingdom of God. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." All that was said. Yes, those are all Jesus' words. I understand. What is that in response to? That's in response to the man who came to him earlier and said, "Master, speak to my brother, that he divide the inheritance with me." Speak to my brother, meaning make my brother give me some of the money that's his. That's his inheritance. Have him split the inheritance with me. I want some of that money. That's why Jesus is so clear and hard on, you cannot serve God and money. If money is your goal, if you are constantly asking for money, if you're constantly working for money, and that's your goal, worldly riches, mammon, or if you have what a friend of mine called a professional begging operation, where you are constantly telling people all the good you're doing, and it's God's work, and God tells you, you have to care for the poor, we're caring for the poor. If you give your money to me, or to us, or to this ministry, it's going to be in good hands, because we care for the poor. If that's your professional begging operation, you care about money. You are money-centered. Jesus said, care not for the things of this world, don't care for money, do God's work. But how do you do God's work? You do it by properly planning. You do it by taking counsel, by taking advantage of the skills that God has brought up in the people around you. If people believe that you are being led by God and doing a project, and God has put them in certain situations where they now are able to do things that you can't do, take advantage of that. Put them in charge. Let them say, you know how to do it. God taught you how to do this. You are going to be responsible for this work. I bless you in it. Do the best you can. That's your ability that God gave you. Do it. Don't kick down a project because you don't like it and you didn't tell them to do it. No, allow them to be led by God, to do as God gave them skills and ability and experience to do. If you're going to say, I'm led by God, God told me to do this, therefore give me money to do it, you are caring for worldly riches, and you're denying God's leadership of everyone else. God leads everyone, not just you, not just me. So here, where he's saying, if you do not prepare with wisdom and counsel on how to do something to the best of your ability, you're being foolish. You're being lazy. And if you just say God will take care of it, no. You need to do the best you can, and you need to take advantage of other people who are led by God so that they can do the best they can. We are all called to do our best work. I'm not going to name names, but you know who you are. Which of you, intending to build a tower, sits not down first and counts the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Lest haply, after he has laid the foundation, and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him. And if you wonder why you're experiencing so much tribulation, maybe it's not because you are doing things God's way. Maybe it's because you're doing things foolishly and taking the Lord's name in vain by saying all this failure and this death, it must have been God's will, because I'm just doing what God told me to do. And I'm praying for him to do it himself, to take care of it all, and it didn't work out. God is sovereign. Oh well. No. You deserve to be made fun of. You've earned it. All that behold it mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. You took on a project, and foolishly, you didn't plan on how it would be cared for. And then when others said, this is how it has to be done, I know how to do this, God brought me here for this, and you say, well, I read something online, I know how to do it better than you. Therefore, stop. And I'm not going to support you. There's a reason why those who knew how are gone. Or, what king, going to make war against another king, sits not down first and consults whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that comes against him with 20,000? Forsakes not all that he has, cannot